Welcome to Come Back to Earth podcast. I'm your host, Noah Corrado. Joining me today are my new friends, Paul and Shae. They are Tampa locals, and they're doing a really cool project. I found them on TikTok. They are tearing apart a 2005 International, which is a school bus, and they're going to turn it into a van. They're going to start van life here. What's your timeline?
We don't have one.
Yeah.
Everyone asked for the timeline, and you're talking to two
question.
people who are really just, we've never done this before. We're just going with the flow. We take it weekend by weekend, figure it out as we go. I personally, being from Florida, I'd love to see fall and, the leaves change. So I kind of am hoping for fall time, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. No worries. But I'd love to see the leaves change and be out by then.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Harry Potter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys Hufflepuff? Have you done the quiz?
No.
He got Gryffindor.
No Hufflepuff here.
I got Ravenclaw.
Because that's just a very Hufflepuff attitude of it'll happen when it happens.
That's
We're doing it when we have time.
Yeah, I've been trying so hard to get her into Harry Potter and stuff.
I liked the one, the Prisoner of Azkaban. That one was a good one. That one was trippy and really fun. But the books, absolutely not. Yeah. Not a big reader. Working on it.
So, the big question that I want to start off with is why? What inspired the bus? What was it? A conversation? Did you guys both have this dream and you just collectively thought of it? What happened?
Yeah.
I was definitely the initiator of it. I feel I definitely brought up the idea, but he was super on board with it. We were both just also, living in an apartment here in Tampa and just every month paying rent and, obviously throwing that money away. And so we were like, what's the direction we go in? We're not quite ready to settle down somewhere forever. We don't really know if we want to live in Tampa forever. Like I said, I've been here my whole life. So I was like, it'd be really cool to have something where we're, able to travel more freely. So I originally was interested in van life and very quickly worked my way up to a short school bus. I really wanted to do a mini school bus or a shuttle bus. And then that was what we always had our, heart's desire on. And then as we really started to look into it, surprisingly, short school buses are a lot more expensive than the big ones.
Really? Actually?
Because they're in such high demand for this lifestyle. A lot of people don't want to drive.
Oh, they don't want to drive the bigger one.
Yeah, and it's more work. We're literally, everything you have to do to convert a short school bus, we're doing double of that because it's double the length, But, the budget is the budget, and we're like, heck, if we could pay half the price and get double the bus, let's do it. So
it might even end up working out to our advantage because in the future, we're thinking the longevity of this thing. It's not just let's get in a bus and live in it and travel around. We both want to travel, obviously. Everyone wants to travel, so we can check that box off. But so what do we do when we're done with it? We have something that is it's a cash flow asset. That,
absolutely,
you can park it on a piece of land and be Airbnb it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just end at now it's a tiny home on wheels and you want to travel or whatever. There's so many things. It's so versatile with what you can do with it. So. Eventually.
I love how chill you guys are, but at the same time, you're very entrepreneurial. Yeah, you guys are very avid on building something, and that's an awesome mindset to have.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
It's definitely better
Same to you.
Yeah, it's definitely better to keep a chill. I don't know if chill mindset, but just not have so many strict expectations of something. He definitely has helped me with that. I've definitely was. Raised by a planner and definitely like to plan, and over time I've come to realize it's better if you just let your expectations go and it'll far exceed your expectations when you drop them.
It's so funny because we're complete opposites in that way because I'm more of she wants to plan out months ahead, weeks ahead. Hey, we got this going on. Make sure, blah, blah, blah. We got this dinner to go to. And for me, it's whoop, just
one ear, the other.
And then the day before, she's like, hey, remember, we got that thing. So I'm not a big planner like that. I'm just kind of go with the flow and wing it type stuff. And so it's just so funny that the push and pull, of those.
Well,
two.
it's probably good because you'd probably be missing some events if it wasn't for her.
Forget
about stuff.
His mom and dad know. They just text me about things. There's no point in talking to him at all because he's just whoop.
Yeah, my friends are the same way. They always text me they'll text me the day before are you sure you're coming to this still? I'm like, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I'm a big forgetter.
It's a good balance though, because I think if I didn't have you, I'd be too planned, and if you didn't have me, then I don't think we'd have a plan.
I think it's more beneficial for me though, just because I'm more organized because on her behalf, like because of her, you know. So it's like, thanks a lot, babe.
Yeah, but to get back to your question, the bus life thing was more so just tired of paying rent and you know just the flexibility of being able to move around because we just weren't quite ready to settle down yet. You know.
So can I ask you guys, what do you do outside of building the bus?
For work?
Yeah.
I'm a social media manager, and I also have my own business, which is like holistic health coaching. So that's kind of...
Is that what Rooted?
Rooted and Free, that's my business, and I'm basically like do holistic health coaching, mostly with people our age, but I don't have like a age limit on it. My main audience is, you know, girls my age looking to kind of just clean up their lifestyle and that kind of stuff, feel happy and healthier, but I focus on, you know, more like natural, simple way. So that's what I've been doing for the past 3 or 4 years, and then just in the past year, I took on another job as a social media manager just to kind of have something a little more, I don't know, structured, I guess. Because, you know, having your own business, it's amazing, you know, but it's not as structured as a, you know, a regular job. Yeah. So, you know, having both of those is really nice. And both of them are remote. So that's another big reason why.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's another huge reason why we were doing this is just working remote, man. You know, you look at the same thing every day when you can really be wherever you want. That's a huge thing. But go ahead.
Can I guess? You have all the tools, right? Is it he that has all the tools?
Oh, yeah, his tools. I provided the shop.
Yeah, so the only reason I assume that is because in all the TikToks, it seemed like he was like giving you a lot of the direction.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah.
100%. He is he's.
She's so like, it's not working. Like you have to hold it. It's so funny, dude.
I think you do something in architect. Like construction, but a little bit fancier.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
That's a good guess. I've never done any like architectural, like actually building, you know, structures. And stuff like that. But you know, like flipping houses, working on remodels, stuff like that. I've done a lot of that. Right now I'm working with a custom carpenter because I've done electrical. I've done, you know, I've touched base on almost everything when it comes to the whole process of flipping a house and remodeling, but I haven't really done a whole lot of custom carpentry, so I wanted to kind of up my game in that, especially it's going to help us with the bus and stuff. And then I just recently started working with, I got offered a job as a campaign manager for social media.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so...
remote.
It's remote work.
We're on the remote train.
Bro, I tell everyone, once you go remote, you will never go back.
Once you go remote, you never go back.
For real. Once you get a taste of being able to, like, you know, just cook your breakfast whenever you want, go flip the laundry, go out for a walk, you know. I'll be taking Teams calls out in my backyard, you know. Life's good, man. I'll never go back into an office.
It is. It's really great.
So I work remote too, but I sometimes I feel guilty about it because, like, I'll do all my work, right? And then I'm at home and I'm like, I feel like I need to be working right now. You know?
Well, they've said, you know, with remote work, with everyone, with the pandemic and stuff, productivity's just gone up a lot because, people are happier. I mean, they don't, you know, like, it's not, you know, I don't think humans are meant to go, you know, 9 to 5 in an office all day, every day. Like, people are just happier, having more flexibility. Like,
wearing sweatpants.
On your lunch break, you can go out to lunch with a friend if you want to, you know, like, it's just, it's way more casual. And, no, but I feel that because a lot of times, you know, you get through your work and you're like, okay. Like, I guess I could keep working on something.
So I also saw you guys filmed your first YouTube video recently. It's not out yet. What
Friday.
It's gonna come out Friday. What's entailed in this said YouTube video? What can we expect?
Well, we never planned on doing it, but it was like one of our top like comment like requests. So it's something that we just decided to do because everyone was asking for it. You know, we're just trying to kind of
give the people what they want.
Yeah, for real, and like seize all the opportunities that are coming our way. You know, so with so many people commenting that, I just like, all right, I guess we're gonna do this, and so. We don't really know. I mean, it seems like most people just want like an extended version of what we're showing them each week on TikTok. So like a more like, in depth of like how we're actually doing it. Because right now it's just 1 minute a week, kind of like recapping what we did on Saturday and Sunday. And so we're hoping the YouTube will be more like explaining to them, like, if people really do want to do this, they can really see like, what we're actually doing, the tools we're using, the struggles we're going through.
Yeah.
Right. More personal, because with TikTok you only got a minute,
Well, I'm pretty sure they just extended the time on TikTok to like 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly how many, but they extended it. I know that. I read it.
It's definitely, you could definitely do, I mean, people's attention spans are just so short, though. We've noticed that the shorter our videos are, the better they do, Like, we posted one that was like 2 minutes, and that was like the least, I mean, it still got plenty of views, but, I just think people's attention spans.
True.
They're so, you got to capture them in those first couple
7
seconds.
seconds you got.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
7 seconds.
The first
Quick.
7 seconds, man. You got to capture that attention.
Yeah, so hopefully the YouTube will just be a more like in-depth look at what we got going on.
Yeah. And I think people also just want to like get to know us, It's not necessarily like about the bus build. At some point that evolves into, I just love you, and like I just want to know you and watch
And
you.
see what you guys do.
Like, it doesn't matter
watch you
what
work,
you're doing, like, so we're starting to realize a lot of people are asking us questions that are totally unrelated to the bus build.
Wow.
It's like,
That's awesome.
It's
people
really
want to know us.
crazy.
What's your love story and all this stuff, and it's like, and that's a part of it, Like, it's not necessarily.
It's fun to share your story. It is, right?
It's really weird though, just to like all this has happened in like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
We never expected any of it to happen. All of a sudden, we got like 250,000 people who just want to know everything about us, and I'm like, wow.
Wait, so you gained that following in 2.5 weeks?
I mean, it's literally, we're coming up on 3 weeks
Wow.
since we posted. So I literally just threw up that first video. Like, I do social media, so I enjoy editing, and like that's my favorite part of this whole thing is like, filming it and stuff. Like, I really do enjoy that, and so I was like, I'll just throw it up for shits and gigs, see what happens, and then before you know it, we were like, holy shit, what is happening?
Wow.
Like
Alex, I need you to start looking up buses because it's going to give me such a big following. So we need to find a bus.
Right.
I'm going to buy the bus. I'm not even going to renovate. I'm going to pretend like I'm going to, and then I'll just get rid of it. One day thing.
It's crazy.
Just get all that upfront hype,
Yeah, or I'll just come over to you guys' place and pretend like I'm doing it too. Look.
Check out my bus.
No, and it really is, and a lot of people, like you were saying, a lot of people are just now, like, I mean, from the beginning, just asking stuff about us that, had nothing to do with the bus, and just, wishing us luck, and seeing, like, I love seeing, young couples going after things,
Yeah.
Because like I said, I think a lot of people talk a lot and then don't actually go for it. So actually going for it, it's really cool to see,
Yeah, you could inspire people.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Definitely.
It is a little sad though how many comments we get of people who are like,
Yeah.
I can never do this. I'm too lazy, or like I'll
For real, they just admit it.
Oh yeah, or like people who will comment stuff and be like, oh, I wish I could do this, and I always reply back to them. I'm like, why wish? Like, you can do it. Like, anybody can do this. Like, we're not anything. Like, we are just average, people here. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, having the skill set you do helps, but like everything can be YouTubed.
That's how we figure this whole thing out.
Or just reach out to people, Facebook groups. Like, there's so many ways to connect with people. Like, there's almost no excuse to like not start anything you want to start.
And especially with the van life schoolie community, it's a bunch of people who are all about the same kind of like unconventional lifestyle. So it's all like super helpful, and everybody wants to help each other and share their ideas and stuff like that, which is super cool. But YouTube. I've been spending the past couple of years dreaming about this and YouTube and stuff, and that's literally how we figure everything out. Because he has the tools, but we've never done this before, so he definitely is figuring it out. And we're just figuring out as we go.
It's a learning experience.
So, I mean, what's been the hardest part then?
I don't think we're there yet, honestly.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know that there will be a hardest part per se, you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty familiar with how all the components work together,
I think the hardest part is just purchasing your batteries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if
They're
that's
so
even,
expensive.
If that's just
Really?
the thing,
Yeah, that's the one thing that I really want to bring into this, with social media is being a little bit more transparent. That's why I say in every video how much we paid for the bus, because that's the only thing we've paid.
It's cool that you guys do that because some people are weird about it.
And that's the thing is I've watched for years, I've, dreamed of doing, like I said, van life, then small bus, and then now we have this big bus. And either way, I I never like remember seeing someone super transparent about like some people would pay like, oh, we spent 15 grand or whatever, but they don't tell you that 10 of that was on their batteries.
Yeah.
And so like you don't. There's certain things that
That's interesting. I would have never known that.
Exactly, and there's things that I wish people were more transparent about. That we definitely hope to be that. Like this is how much we actually are paying for all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part for us is just going to be buying the initial like battery solar system, because can a lot of times be more expensive than the bus itself.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this: do you guys have any like really cool or creative ideas that you guys are planning on doing to the bus?
Yeah.
Can you reveal any? I mean, some might be a secret.
So I guess you can reveal whatever you want, but I guess I'll say in all my years of looking at vans and buses, they all look the same. Like they can be different color palettes or whatever, but they're just all the same. Like same layout, same like they just all look the same. Like, if you like go on Pinterest or Google and you look up van conversion or bus conversion, I mean, it's literally the same thing but in different fonts, and I mean like just different colors, and so we both really love like the 70s and like 70s architecture. Like driving in here, we were like, oh my gosh, that house is definitely from the 70s.
There's some cool houses down the street.
Yeah,
there are.
70s is such a prominent era of architecture and interior design.
I love the 70s.
Yeah, so I hope that, our bus is like obviously has all the modern amenities, but you look at it and you're like, damn, this is super like retro and funky looking, and something people haven't really seen before. But do you have any ideas in particular?
No, yeah, like if you can picture like a modernized retro. Like all the modern, like you got all the appliances and stuff like that, but there's just those retro accents to it. They kind of like a good marriage of those two.
That's awesome.
And that's not really easy to articulate and explain, so I guess you're just going to have to see it visually. When it's
I mean, people are going to have to tune in and check it out. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Lots of those
I'm
70s.
Too. I can't wait to paint it too.
Yeah, 70s colors and shapes. And
cool.
Do you guys struggle? I mean, you've started the project obviously, but do you struggle so far to keep motivation to keep going, or do you guys kind of just when you go you're like ready?
No, we wish we had more time to do it.
Yeah.
Wow,
because
that's awesome.
Right now we're in that stage of, they say like, use the weekend to build the life you love instead of escaping the life you have,
Right.
So that's literally what we're doing. Is every Saturday and Sunday our whole entire day is just devoted to the bus, and I think if we had it our way, that would be every day of the week. Like we really wish like we had more time to work on it.
We're trying to stretch the days out on the weekends. Like,
they're long.
2 hours of daylight.
They're
left,
long, long days.
We need more time for it.
That's awesome.
We're so busy throughout the week.
Once you get it though, I mean, like once you get that bus and you just know what it's gonna end up being, it's like you just want to work on it. Like I love to travel and I love to do things, and like I'm like I have no plans. That's so unusual for me to not have like a plane ticket booked or something. And like the second we got this bus, I was like, I don't want to go anywhere. I literally just want to work on this, because once it's done, we can go wherever, and have our home.
What an awesome goal!
Yeah.
What an awesome goal. I want to move into like some travel hacks. I've traveled quite a bit, but I feel like honestly I'm the worst traveler, because no matter what, I always overpack. First of all,
I'm the opposite.
And then second of all, I'll overpack, but then I'll always still forget something.
Yeah.
So those are just like weekend trips though. So now we're talking about like a longer span. You guys really, can you forget some stuff? Sure, because you can like pick it up on the way. But like, what's the major items you can't forget if you like go to travel?
I was about to say, the bus is going to be our full-time home, so there's not going to be no forgetting. But for me, I'm terrible. I'm a chronic underpacker. I mean, he knows. Like, I literally, like, will pack, like, an hour before the trip, and, like, like, everyone's yelling at me because I'm not packed yet and stuff. And, like, as long as I have my phone, which it sounds so, like, first world, but literally, like, as long as I have my phone, I'm fine. I can be anywhere
phone,
without
wallet,
anything.
keys.
Yeah, as long as we can work, we got to bring our work with us, and then we're good to go, because we can keep the train chugging.
Yeah, so it seems like there isn't many things holding you back.
No, yeah, it's gonna be a huge life change, because you're minimalizing your life. Like, what are the basic necessities?
Are you guys
everything else behind, like
adding plumbing to the bus?
Yeah, we'll have shower, hot water,
shower,
sink,
stuff like that.
Full electricity.
For sure.
So because like when I would travel just in my car, I had like a gym membership, so I would stop at like Planet Fitness and I would use that to shower.
We might do that. We might have like some kind of
just for convenience.
Anytime Fitness.
We'll have a shower in the bus, but you're at a water tank, and so it's like you got to fill that up, and it definitely, when you're living on the road, there's a lot of you gotta think about what's important and minimalize and that kind of stuff. But we're pretty minimalistic to begin with. I think that's why we're drawn to the lifestyle. I don't think you could be a super fancy dancy person won't be attracted, because there's a lot of people who do also comment on our stuff like, your dream is to live on a bus, like how do like so confused by that, and I'm like, dude, I get it. Like I know a lot of people who would be like not want to do that.
Yeah.
That's like camping for us. We love to go camping. Some people hate camping, some people are like, oh, you're gonna spend your day off going and laying on dirt.
I love camping.
Yeah, we love it. So I think it's personality too.
So I mean, what other, I mean, maybe like saving money, have you guys thought of any like strategy to do that while on the road? Gas prices are crazy high right now.
Saving money was a big thing going into it. We had to save money to buy the bus, and save, that's definitely been like the past couple of years. We didn't re-sign the lease on our apartment for that reason. We were like, we can't be, keep renting and do this. We gotta, go back home and save some money, and But I think out on the road, I mean, we both like have remote jobs, so I think it's just, I think it's probably pretty easy to spend money when you're out and about, because like tourist things cost money, And another thing is I love concerts, and so I've already been like, when we get out on the road, you got to keep me in check on like not going to every concert in every city ever, because I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, we're in this city and this person's performing here, for sure. So we just got to be cautious about how much we're spending, but we've done like rough math, even like considering gas prices now, and we'll be saving money compared to what we spend now here in Tampa.
We'll probably just have to do longer pit stops, instead of driving here for 2 days and then going spending $500-600 on another tank of gas to go 1,000 miles that way. Like, we'll just have to kind of have an extended stay, so we're not, because we want to be out on the road for probably at least a year, So
you guys gonna go to Mexico?
Dude, I would not be opposed. We both have passports. I'm not opposed to Mexico or Canada.
I kind of want to go to Canada a little bit.
Yeah, so
Canada's so
I really
cool.
wanted to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You've been to Canada? What part?
Toronto?
Nice.
Yeah, no.
I drove through Canada.
People, it really is true that like
they're so nice.
Canadians are nicer, but I also saw a video once and it was like, Canadian people aren't nicer than Americans. It's just that you guys are all assholes.
Especially being from Florida, dude.
Right. Yeah, I know. We're probably the worst ones.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I mean, with my business on Instagram, I have people all over the country and some people like on different parts of the world, and I can't tell you how many times I get sent Florida memes and like that kind of stuff, because like I really do think the world views us as like this different, like the way we drive, the way we act, like all this kind of stuff. But it's 100% true, and that's honestly like why I say with pride that I'm like from Tampa, Florida. Like there's not, I'm proud. Like I know we're crazy. Like it's cool. We're having fun down here. We're in our own little world out here.
Florida is like its own little world. Have you we talked about this on a podcast once, the first one actually. Have you guys been to Key West?
Yeah.
Key West is like its own country in itself.
Really?
Completely.
Yeah.
Like what's going on down here?
Yeah, I know.
Like what is going on?
Yeah. Florida, like all over the place, is just different, and I think that's kind of what makes the state so unique. Is that you drive like an hour north of wherever you are, and then you're in a whole different place.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a friend who has been seeing my life here in Tampa, which we gotta admit, Tampa's definitely one of the better places in Florida. I mean,
the best place.
You got cities, you got beaches. I live on a lake, so you see all these different aspects. Well, her dad moved like just a little bit north of Homosassa area. And she like came out to visit him, and I came up to see her or whatever, and she's like, "This is not like what I expected," because you get to that like middle part of Florida, and it's just like boonies, it's not
I know exactly
it's not
what you're
Tampa.
Super hick.
Yeah, like it's not Tampa.
Well, up in Pasco, that was on the show Cops for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were on there for a good minute, and you can watch tons of episodes. Yeah.
Spring Hill area, yeah.
Oh,
no offense, guys. Much love to you.
Yeah, we love Pasco. You guys are great up
you
there.
You guys gotta admit, you got some people out there.
What's their judge's name out there too? There's the judge of Pasco.
Was it like famous?
Yeah, well, a lot of people talk because he's just like a total asshole. He's like, because they just got so much crime and like drug problems. phones out in like that Pasco Polk area, and I guess the judge was like a total dick and just sends everyone up the hill. Regardless, he's like, up the hill, do your time, get off my streets. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
Shrink.
I want to circle back around because I did see a video of it. It's your grandmother that was helping with.
Yeah.
So what is up with that? My grandmother could not be doing that.
Dude,
What?
his grandma's a G.
She's a workhorse. She's
Queen Diane, we love you. Thanks for letting us keep our
Queen
bus
Diane.
at your place.
She's just a machine, man. Like,
Yeah,
she's,
she is.
I don't know, like 80 years old. I'm sorry, Graham, if you're watching this. But, dude, like, she never rests. She's not, like, ever sitting down. She's always she's so busy. She's a well-oiled machine. She never stops, bro.
Gardening.
And she just came out, like, to talk to us, and she's like, oh.
Picks up the drill.
Picks up a drill and just starts doing stuff. And Shae's like,
there was videos you could see where she tried to, like, help us, like, deadlift the board up, and me and Paul are like, no.
I was like, Grandma.
Because we don't want her to, like, pop a disc or something. Jeez, Grandma.
Yeah, she's like.
But she's a beast, man. She never stops.
I admire her.
I'm always like, Grandma, would you sit down? She's like, no, there's plenty to do around here. She always like wants to be in the garden.
It wasn't even like something like, hey, Graham, pick that up and do some screws and, it'll be cool for the TikTok. It was all voluntary. Like, I was like, Graham, you don't have to help us. She's like, I know, but like, dude,
she was not happy when she saw herself in that video either. She was like, I'm in my house clothes and I don't look great. And I was like, because she didn't know, I definitely like secretly was like, because I was doing something with him over here and I like tried to see, because I also wanted to get a video of them working together. Like, regardless of TikTok, I knew that would be a good, it'd be a good keepsake. So I definitely had to film it because we didn't ask. She just walks right in there and
pops to you, G-Mall.
Yeah.
So no pity here because I have a great humor about it, and so does my grandmother. My grandmother's dementia, and it's hilarious.
That's Grandpa for us.
I get some like hilarious voicemails sometimes.
That's so sweet
from her,
though.
and she has no idea what she's talking about, and then by the end of it she realizes, and she'll be like, "Oh, sorry. I didn't mean that," and then hangs up the phone.
That's so nice. She's still in that stage though, because his grandpa
like,
has it right now. My great grandma had it, and it's like there is a period of time there with, like you said, it is so funny and so you just have to make the most of it.
Yeah.
But eventually they do get to the point where they're just like, it's like, dude, like you don't even talk, So it's like my best friend Allison, her grandma's the same way, and I'm like, dude, enjoy it while she's still like, At
For
least
sure,
talking and funny, because like you said, it's hilarious. I remember my grandma.
Dementia's hilarious.
It kind of is though. It is, and the best. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it but make the most out of it. But I remember my grandma. She put her house key inside the oven mitt that you have like your oven mitts in a kitchen drawer. Dude, we had to tear her whole entire apartment. Couldn't find the key. In the oven mitt? Like, what possessed you to put it in the oven mitt inside the, we would have never found it, but it's a crazy thing.
Such a trickster.
Yeah, you crazy you. She'd also always tell me, "Oh, I just spent my days looking up at the clouds," but she'd just be laying in bed looking up at her ceiling. I'm like, I'll lay down and I'll be like, "The clouds are beautiful today, Grandma." She's like, "Aren't they?" And it's like, you just gotta make the most out of it.
What do you guys think you're gonna be like when you're old? Have you ever thought about that? Like when you're senile?
You don't. Yeah. I was about to say.
Doesn't everybody?
Do you want to?
I mean, like, it's a crazy thought to think about. But I'm probably gonna be badass.
You think so?
Just like,
and humble too.
Yeah, and super humble. You gonna wear a leather jacket everywhere?
I don't know.
I hope the hair makes it.
I think I'll have like pretty awesome wisdom and hopefully at least still there.
Yeah, my only, I don't care how I am when I'm older. I just I do that's like a huge reason why I'm into like the healthy lifestyle I'm into now, because I just when I'm later, I don't want to have whether it is like I know these are things that we can't really control, but we kind of can by living like a more healthier lifestyle, So that's just like why I'm super into health now, because I'm like, man, when I'm older, I just want to not be in a bad state, because it does like affect everyone around you.
Nobody wants to be in a bad state.
Yeah, it's always better to take care of yourself, so you can hopefully have some longevity.
It's such a good question too. Like, what do you want your life to look like when you're old, when you're 70 years old?
I hope I'm not a grouch.
I will tell you this though, like when I'm old, the second I look really old, I'm going to act really old. I am going to
What does that
abuse my white hair once it's there. Everybody is going to do everything for me. I'm going to go to the airport and pretend like I have no idea what's going on. They're going to walk me everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah.
I can't lift my bag.
You can do and say anything and just play it off.
It's
as
true.
easy.
Old people get away
old
with
people get like the free
old
the
kids,
task
old
part,
people
like,
and kids.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
I was a
old.
preschool teacher, a
Right.
kindergarten teacher, and man, my kids would say stuff, and I'm like, oof. Give that another year or two, and you're in the loony bin for saying that.
I hate being held responsible for my decisions. The consequences suck. I just want to be old so I can have no consequences for my actions.
Yeah, as long as I'm happy,
that so
I'm good,
funny?
man.
It's
I
like-
hate how some old people get grouchy. It's like, damn, you lived all this life and you're
Yeah.
gonna get grouchy now.
So I won't get grouchy with it, but I just think you could just be so clueless.
Oh,
but
heck
actually
yeah.
not be clueless, you're just like, yeah, everybody take care of me.
Oh yeah, I'd love to get to the point where like I'm too old to
That's
lift
funny.
this.
How old are you now?
24.
Okay.
Nice.
How old are you guys?
Sandwich. I'm 22.
I'm 30.
Nice.
We're nice.
It's a good 3.
We're a nice
oh,
age
nice
sandwich.
ripe age,
Age
of
sandwich.
30.
Well,
I'm a baby.
Oh, yeah.
Age
so you-
sandwich. That's funny.
younger
I
on the
like that.
outside, the oldest in the middle right now. We're an age sandwich.
There you go.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
including myself.
Yeah, no, that's why I said age sandwich.
Big age sandwich.
No, I'm a baby, man. Baby.
Tasty.
Do you feel like a baby?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Does he make you feel like a baby?
No. It's really
She
more
makes me
so.
feel like baby kind of thing.
No, it's really. I mean, I get told all the time, like, "Wow, you're such an old soul" and all that kind of stuff. But I just feel like a baby in the sense of like, I have friends who like are married and like have kids, and like 22, and like, I'm just like, I don't feel ready for that at all. Like, I don't feel like I'm ready to like. That's why, like we could have, if we wanted to, just got a house and settled down forever. But I'm like, I'm not ready for that, Like I'm a baby in
That's
life,
awesome, yeah.
Like I got so much I'm not like this is like, like life's, it's got so much time.
Here's like, I have a couple cool perspectives to bestow on you guys.
Sweet.
So the first one is a friend told me this. When you turn 18, don't think of it as like you became an adult. Think of it as you're like being reborn again as an adult.
Yeah.
So like you're only 4 years old as an adult.
That's pretty much how I feel.
You're 12 years old as an
feel like
adult.
1.5
I'm 6 years
in
old as an
adult
adult.
years.
So we're still baby adults essentially.
Yeah.
So we're not supposed to have our shit figured out completely.
And adulting's hard. I mean, at least for me, I've found like, damn, they could have done such a better job preparing us for this.
Such a better job.
Like, and I know it's not just me. Like, all my friends agree. Like, damn, like this shit's hard. They always tell you like, oh, you'll miss being a kid, but like they really don't like explain to you
they
like
don't stress it enough.
Yeah, like how hard it is on like a legitimate like just the real life things, And so you say like 4 years. I feel like I'm not even a year old in adult years. I'm like still trying to figure this out. People would be like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Adulting's hard. I'm just trying to figure this out."
So second point of perspective is for people that like dread like certain days, right? So let's say like you're like, oh, I hate Mondays, right? Rather than think of it as Monday, like count how many days you are alive, and then like now it's day 8,742, versus it's Monday. Now it's a number, like, and that's the only number that you're ever gonna live that day,
One of my
So, bringing up another TV show
Sure.
that on Netflix is called Genius. It's about Kanye. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh yeah, we talked about that on a podcast. So I had
So
a guest who
freaking
met
good.
Kanye.
wow.
Yeah, he was at a party and Kanye came.
That's so
Dude,
sweet.
that
So he
documentary
said
is
something that was
sweet.
like so profound to me. I was like, wow, that's so cool. He said, basically every new day is the best day. Is the best day because
Wow.
all of the previous days, like I get one more, and then the next day it's another one, and then the next day it's another one. So like every day is like the greatest day because I've already gotten so many, and I keep getting more.
Wow,
I'm like-
that's a good perspective.
I'm like, dude, that is sweet. I like that a lot, and I'm gonna remember that because
You talk
So
about
much
about
positive energy
Mondays
right now.
though. My favorite quote, one of my favorite quotes is a Jim Carrey quote, and he said, "Mondays don't suck, your attitude sucks."
Jim Carrey's so woke.
Yeah,
Dude,
because it's
Jim
true.
Carrey
Like
is
it's true.
wild.
Like I said, I do a lot of stuff with like mental health coaching and stuff, and people
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they dread their they dread their life so much, and it's like your life doesn't suck, your mindset sucks.
Absolutely.
like there's if you can't change the situation, you can at least change your attitude about it.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for choosing happiness. I would say choose to be happy.
You have to choose it. 'Cause it's way easier to be miserable. Sure. It's way easier.
Oh yeah, everyone can be miserable.
Yeah,
it's easy.
That's why a lot of people with this bus thing, they're so like, oh, how do you do it? You know, how blah blah blah, and it's like, you just have, like you said, you just have to choose. It'd be way easier for us to still be in our apartment, just living, settled, and just living, day by day, But yeah, it's like you just have to choose. Like, people always talk about this dream life, and it's like it could very well be reality if you just choose the steps to get there.
Nice. Yeah. I'm curious, the necklace, what does that have any significant meaning?
No, I just like, this is tiger's eye. It's my favorite stone. I'm not a huge believer in like stones hold power or anything, but I just like very into like neutral color tones and stuff. So you won't really catch me wearing like a purple or a pink stone. So I've just always liked tiger. That's like what this is. It's more just because of my like color scheme. I very much like
just going with all the
tones.
Accessories. Nice.
Yeah. Big into earth tones. Not a big like
earth tone
color.
Do you guys recycle?
Yeah.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Dude, oh my gosh. This man, we coached.
Oh, great.
We coached Little League softball.
Sure, yeah.
And it's the best, man. We were at the ballpark, and this lady, she goes up to the trash can, and she's like, oh, man, under her breath, she's like, I wish they had a recycling can here. Me being earthy me, I'm like, I'll take it home and recycle it for you.
Nice.
And Paul's like, babe, it's like a little ridiculous when you're taking other people's trash home with you. And I'm like, I got a recycling bin at home. I'll recycle it. It ain't no problem. I'll take your water bottle home with me.
So I didn't start recycling until I lived with. I did recycle when I was a kid. My family did it, but I didn't start doing it personally until I lived with this guy Mart, my friend. Mm-hmm. He goes crazy with it. I would throw plastic in the trash, and he would pick it out and yell it. I'd come home, and he'd be like, crossing his arms, like, "Hey, man,
that's me, man.
You threw plastic in the trash again. It's not cool.
We don't do that here."
Man. Yeah. No, that's 100% me. I've definitely since moving back home, my mom, man, she's come a long way. But I'm like, I think I never pushed it on her, but I think like you said, I would just like pick it out of the trash and go put it in the recycling bin, and I think she just eventually caught on.
Good on you, though.
I mean, dude, it's like, that's one thing I'm super passionate about, like that natural lifestyle. It's all like a huge reason for that is like the sustainability in it all, and that's like a big part of me and who I am, what I'm passionate about. And I don't understand people who like don't give a flying fadoodle about the earth that their kids are gonna have to live on.
That's what I'm so excited about the bus for, man. Just having like one big energy efficient machine that just moves, and it's like park it in the sun and you're just producing energy.
Yeah.
It's like production.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna be super like, we're gonna be sharing like how we're like composting and sustainable and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of people, I mean, the fact that the bus is diesel is already like hard enough for me to like get my heart over, but then when you really break down like how much energy we are wasting living in an apartment in Tampa versus just having this bus, like world's different, world's different.
Yo, just think, like, we're having this conversation now, but like sometime in the future, you guys are just gonna be in your bus on your merry way. I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah, which we appreciate. It's really cool to see how many people are like excited too, because like I said, we never expected this, like, ever, and we're just like super, super, super grateful for like how
hopefully
supportive.
One day we can come back on the podcast again,
Yeah, you guys, once you guys make the trip, we'll come back, and then we'll be like, all right, how was it?
How was
it? Like one day, like you made it, we made it. We're like, we made it, dude. Here we are, like full circle.
We're coming all the way back.
Then we'll really have some travel hacks for you, because you talk about travel hacks now, and all I think of is
we're gonna come back like all enlightened and.
Yeah, I know. So much wisdom. There's going to be so many stories to tell.
I don't know about that, but I think
I've been around the world now, so I'm a little bit
Not
different.
hardly.
So we've talked about a ton today. Before we wrap up, I have one final question.
Ooh.
Where are you guys most excited to stop on this journey? Where's the number one location?
I'll let you go first.
I think I'll know when I get there, man.
Wow, I love that answer.
Honestly,
that's a good answer.
Like, it's just there's just gonna be those visuals that you see, and when you get there, it's gonna be like, wow, I never expected I would be able to look at this. So like, I don't really have a place, but when I get there, I'm gonna feel it and be like, yep, this is why I did this.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
not to sound like
How do you follow that up?
cliche.
How do you follow that answer
I don't
up?
have anything philosophical for you guys. I'm actually going to tell you what I'm most excited for. So originally, I was really excited to go to Hawaii because you can ship your vehicles over there, and like I've been to Hawaii, and there's a lot of people living in their cars and vans or whatever.
And you guys were gonna ship the bus over there?
Well, I wanted to for like a month, but recently I found out that our bus is 40 feet, and they don't let that big of vehicles ship over. So it's okay. But I am most excited, I feel, for honestly, like Utah, but not so I've been to Utah like for skiing in the winter.
Yeah.
But in the summertime, they have like just some crazy like canyon arch type things and like just honestly just being out over in the mountains. I really am just excited for being out west. I mean, that's where I think we're like primarily going to spend most of our time just because he's from Ohio. My family's from Michigan. My brother lives in Nashville. My other side of the family's from like Mississippi. So like this side of the Mississippi, this like East Coast, we've seen a lot of, and it just doesn't pique our interest as much as the other side. So we're trying to get out to the other side and see out west, and so I'm excited to.
It's a great nation.
Have you guys been to Colorado?
I have, but like
you haven't.
I skipped a trip to Colorado when I was in high school so I could stay home and throw a party. And I regret it so much because I drank way too much, way too quick, and I blacked out and woke up the next day like,
Don't even remember it.
dude, that party sucked.
Nice high school party.
I will say of my
so mad.
travels, my high suggestion would be Colorado.
Yeah.
But I haven't been super all over the West Coast.
Did you go to Colorado during like what season?
I've been there in the winter and the summer.
Oh, okay. Because see, that's the thing that's so interesting to me is like out west, like that area, like Montana is super high on my list, and like obviously like the Redwood Forest and Yosemite and the Pacific Northwest, like that's like what we're super excited for. But what's so interesting is like you have like 50 different countries and 50 different states, but they're each like their own little country, But then at the same time, like out west, I feel like winter versus summer is like. It's so crazy because, like I said, I've been skiing or I've been out in Colorado during the winter, but I see like my friends out there during the summer, and I'm like, what? That is not what I saw. And so I feel like being out there and going snowboarding and stuff in the winter.
That's gonna be so fun.
But then also being there in the in the spring and the summer when you actually get to see like all the rock formations and hikes and stuff like that, and it's not freezing cold.
It's beautiful all year round.
Yeah, it's super cool. So that's where we'll probably be most of the time. That's what I'm most excited for. Definitely.
Cool.
So,
and like I said, I'm excited for you guys. But thanks for coming on. We talked a lot about your guys' bus journey. Hopefully, we'll have more travel hacks when you guys come back, and maybe some funny travel stories.
I'm sure.
So I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Right? So like I haven't like really spoken to her about this, but if I were to give this thing like a mission statement,
sure,
it would be like wherever we are and whoever we meet, we want to lift people up. Where small businesses, communities,
that's awesome.
We can stop by and just wherever we are, just try to bless people because we are both Christians and we just want to serve and it feels good to
for sure.
And that being said, this is one of our stops. We want to lift you up. You know what I'm
awesome.
saying? So like, where would you like to see yourself in a year?
1 year?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know it's just a year away.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
1 year from now, I would like to see myself. Doing this still, I think, on a little bit of a elevated level. I see at least having like a production crew eventually. I don't know if that's a year goal yet, but I just want to see progress.
Cool.
I want to be able to look back in a year and go, wow, I've like made a lot of progress on the podcast. Because this is really what I've been like enjoying lately. So
awesome.
This is cool, man. And
that's what I like to
do. What you enjoy. That's what's most important.
You keep cultivating things, and you're going to be able to harvest. You know what I mean?
So, it's a tough.
If there's one controversial thing I could say on the show, and I hate to keep prolonging this thing.
No, we prolong it as long as we want.
There's no white privilege.
Okay.
It's American privilege.
Yo, I've actually said that before.
Have you?
I have said
exactly.
that.
I
That's
swear
awesome.
to you, like nobody like told me. I'm not stealing that from nobody, but it's so true. Like we are all so blessed and so privileged just to be born here. Period. Everything after that, like, dude, you're so blessed. Like, just stop complaining. You were born in this country, this prosperous nation. Yeah. Please stop complaining because, dude, opportunity is around every corner. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? So I hate people just trying to like burning.
It's all about
flag
mindset.
and-
All about
Right.
mindset.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. There's an agenda to destroy this country, and it's
Never gonna happen. Patriots, yeah.
Yo, you know what? You know what you
Sad.
can do at like any bar and it'll happen.
What?
Just start chanting USA.
Oh,
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
like people just
I
join in.
love that. I love that camaraderie and that patriotism.
That's one
like,
thing we're super excited though, and like, cause like for example, like right now here in Tampa, I don't like go to grocery stores. Like I support like local farmers, and so
Yeah.
like one thing that like we're really excited about going around the U.S. is we just want to like support like small businesses, small entrepreneurs, farmers, and then also like share them with other people, because like I just feel like our world would be such a better place if we all just like stopped with the big corporate stuff and all just supported like each other
Right,
and smaller things
Yeah.
and more the entrepreneur mindset, especially like having a small business myself. I mean, like I literally like, I mean it's people say it like as a joke, but like small business people, like we literally like feel so much joy over like one purchase. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
like when you
for
go
sure.
to Target, like
Absolutely.
they don't freaking give a crap, like and it's
true,
like
yeah.
like you change someoe's lives when you support small businesses, and
People that don't run small businesses
don't
have no idea.
understand. They
Yeah.
don't understand, and so that's something we really are looking forward to. Even before we had a following, like we're super excited to like go highlight small businesses and meet
That's
small
awesome.
businesses and entrepreneurs, and
For sure.
yeah, definitely super excited about
Definitely.
Guys, it has been awesome having you guys on.
that. Thanks for
Thank you,
having
guys.
us.
This has been
Thanks so
a
much.
great podcast.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
really excited to watch your guys' journey. Where can people follow you if they want to tune along and see your guys' journey of building and then eventually going on the bus?
So you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all the same handle, Bus Life for me with the number 4. And then I'll give myself a personal plug. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram's Rooted and Free Co. CO for community, Rooted and Free Co. He doesn't really have personals, but Bus Life for me is where you'll find us on everything. TikTok builds every
Awesome.
Monday, YouTube videos every Friday.
Awesome.
Sorry, I just plugged
awesome.
myself.
Yeah, no, that's the point. I want people that do tune in. That's kind of what you guys are talking about, like highlighting small businesses. Is eventually where I want this to get to is bringing people on so they can
Heck
have a
yeah.
platform to say, hey, look what I'm doing. So
It's awesome.
Excellent.
I love that.
So cool, man.
thank
Thanks
you guys
for
for coming
having us.
on.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this has been so
Awesome.
fun.
You're
High
awesome,
fives
bro.
all around.
Thanks, man.
I'll see you guys when you guys come back.